Hiya folks, Donny Donaldson here at Donaldson's Automotive Emporium and Used Car Hootenanny. Hey, we got some tips for you to drive a greener car, if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, let's face it, until we're riding horses again or floating around on some sort of solar-powered flying saucer, the automobile is what we're gonna be using. So, the Car Care Council has appointed me, Donny Donaldson, to give you some tips to have a greener car. Okay, Car Care Council tip number 1, get your car tuned up. It's a no-brainer, right folks? You want to check out your battery, your mechanical, and your emission features, have them running up to snuff. I don't know how many times you checked out your oxygen sensors, but if they're running wrong, you can lose over 40% of your efficiency. And if, excuse me a moment, I'm getting a little emotional. I don't know how many family functions or special occasions have been ruined by a faulty oxygen sensor, but you know what I'm talking about. So, tip number 1, get that tune up. Excuse me. Car Care Council tip number 2, the big deuce. Replace dirty air filters. That's a no-brainer again, folks. You don't want to be driving around with a clogged air filter, okay? Whether it's clogged up with dirt, dust, grime, a muskrat, and a wombat, or a wild boar, or some geese, or something like that, okay? Who knows what's in there? Check it out, get it cleaned up. If you don't, your car's gonna be running on a rich mixture, burning a little too much fuel, okay? You get that fixed, you can save up to 15 cents a gallon. And you math whizzes are gonna do the little math there and go, geez, I could go to Puerto Vallarta on the money I save having a clean air filter, okay? Car Care Council tip number 2. Car Care Council tip number 3. Check your spark plugs, okay? If your mechanic's not checking your spark plugs, you should go over to them, you grab them by the neck, and you shake them up and down like that and say, check the plugs, huh? I'm just kidding. Be nice to your mechanic, he's gonna keep you running. Look, nobody likes to drive around with dirty, disgusting, fouled spark plugs, okay? It's an embarrassment. Cause a lot of misfiring and cause a lot of fuel wastage, okay? So check the plugs. That's tip number 3. Trace for you folks who's bilinguals. Car Care Council tip number 4, that's 4 for you folks counting at home. Check your cooling system to make sure your cooling system isn't running too cool. It's gonna cause you a lot of extra dough because you're burning the fuel. You wanna make sure your thermostat is running at the correct temperature so your automobile engine runs hot enough to burn the fuel. If it runs too cool, it's not gonna burn it and all that gas gets wasted. So check that out, make sure your cooling system is running hot enough. That's tip number 4. Car Care Council tip number 5. Obey the speed limit, keep your tires properly inflated, avoid aggressive driving, no excess idling, all that good stuff you learned in driver's training class. All these are no-brainers. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's all in the carcare.org guide that you can get. Just go to carcare.org. It's got a www. I know that it's got a www in front of it. That's what I'm telling the people there. You just go get the lunch. Excuse me, folks. A little emotional. carcare.org with the www in front, and they'll send you your own guide so you can figure out some of this stuff by yourself if you don't already know about it. Because a few people who don't know, especially when they don't get the proper lunch order, sorry folks, some of the folks you work with don't have a green attitude. Perhaps you can lay this car care guide on them and we can all have a nice greener environment. Until then, folks, it's Donny Donaldson saying, come on down if you want a greener vehicle, come on down to Donny Donaldson's Automotive Emporium and Used Car Hootenanny. Until then, we'll see you around. Okay, bye. Donny Donaldson here with the Car Care Tips telling you, get yourself in a new, greener vehicle today. This 1966 green vehicle will get you from point A to point B. And we'll see you So come on down to Donny Donaldson's Automotive Emporium and use car Houdneri.